A great debut for you personally tonight in the red and black after your move from CP Ajax. A great win here for the lads. How do you sum up your first game for the club?
Yeah, it was a good experience. It was a lot of good football play. It took us a bit of time to get into the game, but once we kind of settled and got the ball moving, I think we made a good showing of ourselves. So we did.
And the goals really flew in once we took the lead after 23 minutes. And you actually provided the assist for the opener for Jesper.
Yeah, it was set up on a plate for him, so it was a great finish from him though. So,
yeah, and then after that, Jesper himself got 2, and then 5 more goals followed, and 2 of them were actually debut goals. Actually, one from your comrade, ex-CPIX as well, Darren, and Aaron O'Toole late on chipped in with his first goal, and he was with the first team for the last 5 years, a lot of the time on the bench. I know the last couple of seasons he was kind of flirting between the first team and the B team, but it's a big achievement for him personally.
Oh yeah, it's great for the 2 books, so it is. Once you're kind of off the mark, I think it's easier to score more after that. So it was 2 good finishes from them, and yeah, look, I'm sure they want to get a lot more than just the one.
Yeah, and to be honest, only for the SDF keeper Keane Welsh, the scoreline really could have been in double figures.
Yeah, they're keeping a good few saves, so he kept them in it for a little while.
Yeah, and so your experience is a positive one, and I'm sure you'll be looking forward to many more games with the Red and Black.
Yeah, all going good anyways. Hope to be around for a while.
Yeah, and next week is a cup game, away to Con Rangers in the Castlebar Super Cup. We lost to them 3-2 in the league back in April, and we were 2-1 up that night. I don't know whether you even watched the stream or the highlights of that game, but I'm sure it's a game that the lads will be looking to get one over Con Rangers following that result.
Yeah, it's a cup game, you want to go as far as you can in all the cups. So yeah, we'll be looking to see it out this time. So
yeah, and of course it will set the lads up, depending on results, nicely for the following week, which is the Westport Cup Final, which will be a huge game for the lads, and hopefully they'll be looking to get a bit of silverware on the table.
Yeah, look, it's a goal for every season, just to tack up as much silverware as possible, so this is a great point to start from. So it is.
So, summing up tonight, really, it was a great experience for you, and I say you think to yourself, I love this club, I love the people involved in the club. This club has a great future, and I want to give everything I can for it.
Yeah, couldn't put it better myself, so I couldn't.
Many thanks for speaking.
Yeah, perfect.
Instead of drinking 7-Up tonight, it was a case of 7-Up in terms of goals. Some beautiful football at times, really dominated the game in a lot of areas, particularly possession. How do you sum up that 90 minutes?
First half, maybe not so. We got 3 goals, but at that second half, we upped the pace, the passing was a lot better, we broke the lines a lot quicker, so we did. Yeah, just first half just weren't in it right. Took us a little bit, 23 minutes to break them down. Probably should have had 1 or 2 before that. But overall, have to be happy with 7 goals. Clean sheet, particularly, we're not used to clean sheets, so no set pieces given away. Better. 2 debutants played well, so they did. Darren got his goal. I thought Paul was super. 2 assists from the first 3 goals in the first half. Tired a little second half, but overall can be happy. 4 wins out of 5 games now. So overall, I think we can be happy with the performance.
And the first goal was the assist from Paul, but a crisp finish from Jesper to put us 1 up, and then Kevin Keswick to make it 2-0. It was a nice little dribble and went for the chip, and the keeper did actually get a hand to it, and somehow unlucky lost his balance to it.
Yes, well, Jesper's been looking good in training the last 2 weeks. Some of his finishing training has been super. Even though we had a bit of a match here the other night, Friday night, and he must have scored 7 or 8 really, really good goals. So he did. He broke the lines well. His movement is super for a lad of his age. Some of his movement is really, really super. So it is for his age.
And speaking of Jesper, he was involved in the build-up for Jack's debut goal for the first team to make it 3. And then Jesper's on the score sheet again in the second half to make it 4.
Yeah, no, as I said, he's been really, really good in training the last 2-3 weeks. Really good. And as for Jack is a super lad. His work rate out there, you can't speak highly enough of it. He's such a brave lad. He doesn't just enjoys football. He doesn't care what he plays or where he plays. You could play him at anywhere, any level, whether it's 16s or whether it's the seniors. He's just a super attitude. So he has super attitude.
And then moving on, down on his debut, the flick goal to make it number 5. Then Dylan O'Malley being fed in by Aaron O'Toole to make it 6. And then Aaron O'Toole getting on the goal sheet himself to make it 7. And Aaron has been on the squad for the last 5 years, a lot of the time being a sub and pretty much an unused sub for a long time. And he got a nice finish himself to make it 7.
He did. And Aaron, they're all good lads. Aaron's a good lad. It's hard on him. There's a lot of players trying to play in the same position as him. So there is. It's really hard for him. He likes to play in the middle. Probably his better position. But again, he's fighting a lot of lads to get in there. But he done well. He took his opportunity. That's all he can do. Anytime he gets a chance, all he can do is take his opportunities. Same as any of the young lads. Same as any of the young lads. Squad's getting stronger, so it is. And that's what we want. That's what we want.
And at times, the football in the second half particularly was actually sublime to watch. The passing, the movement, the interplay, and SNF just couldn't live with it.
No, the second half. Second half. I just thought we upped to the level, so we did. But there's still another level or two in us. We believe there definitely is another level or two in us. But some of that football they couldn't. SNF couldn't keep up with us. No shadow of a doubt couldn't. We moved it fast. We get it through the lines quick. When we move it like that, there's not many teams will keep with us. So there's not. We're more than capable of beating any team on our day if we play like that. So we are.
And moving on to next week, Con Rangers away in the Calagas Super Cup. We lost to them back in April, and after being 2-1 up, as you may remember. Controversial penalty that night, as you may recall.
I do.
And of course, that'll get the lads really itching to get a result next week.
Yes. Look, first half of the season maybe we weren't as good as what we could be or should be, but I thought last was 4 wins out of 5 games. Now we the second half of the season we're upping it a bit. Lads are getting comfortable. There's a lot of lads who've made their debuts this season that just need a time to bed in. It's a different level. So it is, whether you're playing 16s and 18s is a big level to play in Super League football. Again, the likes of Castlebar, Ballyhane, Con, they're really good teams in the league and in the cups. So there is, and they just need time to bed. They're coming together as a team. As you said, you've seen some of that movement in the second half. So that only comes with training and playing together. You can't just go out and put 11 lads on the pitch and just do that. It's a lot of work behind the scenes with the lads, and they put in a lot of work on working on that, so they do.
And of course, next week is the appetizer for the big one the following week, which is the Westport Cup Final against Kilmacud. I know I was away myself 2 weeks ago, and he had a narrow 2-1 win against them. I believe the game kind of ebbed and flowed that day, and I said in those sort of terms it should set up to be a cracking final.
No shadow of a doubt. They're a good team. So they're a good team. But it was a good game here. It was a really good game. It was first 20-25 minutes we were the better team. Last 15 minutes the first half they probably were. First 20 minutes second half they were really good. But then again the last 25-30 minutes of the game we were super again. So we were again conceded from a set piece, which we have improved on over the last 4 or 5 games. Conceding set pieces, which has been our downfall this season. But it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a tasty game. But there's no point in looking beyond next weekend. That's the one we have to look at. That has to be our next game. There's no point. I know it's a cup final in 2 weeks, but we have to look at our next game. We can't prepare for a game in 2 weeks' time when there's a game before it. That has to be our next priority out this week.
So just turn over to the B team. They had a fine win while I was away against Kilmacud, and their form, to be honest, is unbelievable after a slow start to the season.
Again, it's training, and again, what's going on in the club. There's no A training and B training. It's Westport training. It makes a difference when you have B players training with A players, and when B players can see they're going to get opportunity with the A's if they do well with the B's, which they are, it ups the game for them all. Like, and that can only be good for the club. So it can, only be good for the club.
Absolutely. And another thing I need to give a shout out here is our under-17s that won the cup final 2 weeks ago. 3-2 win against Castlebar Celtic. I don't know whether you were at the game. I uploaded the goals earlier on today onto our YouTube channel, and it was a great win for them.
Yeah,
they were 2-0 up, pegged back to 2-2, and I believe they got a late winner through Jack O'Malley in that game. And looking at the goal, it was a great finish.
Yeah, I wasn't at the game myself, but there's some super lads coming through. There's really, really good teams coming through here. I mean, you go back even to the 13s. Was it up to H or I or something like that in teams?
G.
There's so many. There's good teams. There's really, really good players. You can just look at Jack. You look at Alex there, Jack Dawson and Alex. They were 16. Playing senior football. They possibly still qualify to play under 17. Maybe not, but they couldn't be too far from it. So they're not. There's really some super talent coming through in the club, and that goes down to the underage coaches and the structure of the club. So it does, all that is, and it's only going to benefit the seniors A and B and maybe C over the next couple of years.
So it will be an interesting next couple of weeks, and again, many thanks to the lads for providing a show to our supporters, whether they're home or away. Whatever the result, entertaining them with the football, and it's a pleasure speaking to you. I know I'm well used to speaking to Kevin.
Thank you very much.